The Nevada Division of State Parks would like to welcome you to the Ward Charcoal Ovens State Historic Park in Ely, Nevada. You may have heard the story of the ovens. You most certainly have heard the story of the gold. But have you heard the story of the forest? Well, I am the forest. And I would like to tell you how I am responsible for the ovens. And how, if not for me, there may not have been any gold. First, let me tell you that the forest you see today, it is not me. This forest is a totally new forest that people refer to as a second growth forest. And today I'll begin to tell you about me, the original old growth forest. And I will tell you what types of trees made me who I was. First, I will introduce you to the single leaf pinyon pine tree. And then I will tell you about the Utah juniper tree. These trees both made me who I am, who I was, and are making the new forest who it is. Next, I will tell you how the logging around here destroyed me. And it has taken over 100 years to get back what you see here today. One of the first trees you will see here today is the single leaf pinyon pine tree. This tree was not only very important to myself, but is extremely important to the new forest and to all the humans that have used this land. Now let me tell you how to identify the single leaf pinyon pine tree. The fastest and easiest way is to look at the needle. The needle should be about 1.5 inches long and very rigid and sharp. The Native Americans would use these needles as just that, a needle for sewing. The next identifier is the cone, and more importantly, the nut that comes out of this cone. The nut is referred to as the pine nut. The pine nut is and was a staple in the diet of not only the Native Americans, but to all the wildlife that have called this area home. The single leaf pinyon pine tree, when fully mature, will stand around 25 to 50 feet tall. That is what made this tree key to the operations of the ovens. This was the tree that the men operating the ovens looked for because they grew big and they burned nice and hot. The next tree that made me who I was is the Utah juniper tree. In order to identify this tree, you need to look for the little blue berries that come off the tree. The berries are actually cones that hold a little seed inside of them. That seed is the seed that reproduces the juniper tree. Native Americans had many uses for these little berries. They were used as not only a decorative bead for formal dress wear, they were also a key ingredient in many different medicines. Today, this berry is still a key ingredient in beverages such as gin, Another easy way to identify the Utah juniper is to look at the needles. They are only around 1/8 of an inch long, and they are very soft and pliable when compared to a pine tree. When these trees are fully mature, they stand around 10 to 20 feet tall, and their trunks can be anywhere from 1 to 2 feet in diameter. Now remember, the forest you see here today is not me. I am the original forest. I was completely destroyed over 130 years ago in order for humans to get gold. So you could say that greed killed me. When I was here, all the trees were around 20 to 50 feet tall with 2-foot diameter trunks. I was the reason they chose to build ovens in this exact spot. Remember, each oven could hold 35 cords of wood. Just imagine, 1 cord of wood is a stack 4 feet high by 4 feet wide by 8 feet tall. That is 1 cord. Each oven holds 35 cords of wood. There were 6 ovens going all at once. So every week, over 200 cords of wood were burned and cut out of me. They were burned down to charcoal. So after 3 years, that left nothing but stumps. That, along with the dwindling gold, led the miners to abandon this area for greener pastures, or maybe it was a greener forest. Either way, I was gone, destroyed, left for dead. Luckily, over the last 130 plus years, Mother Nature has been working on recreating me. It is recreating what humans took only 3 years to destroy. Now, I'd like to thank you for stopping in today. I hope that you have learned about the trees that made me who I was. As I was made of 2 different trees, the single leaf pinyon pine and the Utah juniper. Both of these trees were important to the survival of not only myself, the Native Americans, and all the wildlife that call this place home. They are also the reason why the ovens were built here, and ultimately why you are here today. So when you walk outside, I want you to look at the forest and remember that I was here before and I was destroyed, all in the name of gold, and then left barren and useless. Visit us on the web at www.parks.nv.gov.